Yo, welcome guys. Now this is my first recovery video, I guess, on starting out my Zero AD series, and we will be beginning with Alpha 22's tutorial because Alpha 22 has that now. It's a new feature. Now because it's a new feature, that means it has room for improvement, and I believe so. Even the devs, I think, does believe so. And I will be working on the assumption that it's like I am teaching my old self. So if there are some comments here that seem kind of dumb or too stupid for you, well, that's how clueless I was back then when I was trying to learn this game. So that's going to be the basis of this tutorial, okay? So we will just begin with this series because I do have a lot of comments coming through. Let's just go, working 10 minutes game time each things, and right off the bat I'm going to comment I don't like very long scripts when starting out the tutorials, okay? Because this one is just going through you on keyboard shortcuts, alt enter, full screen. I don't need to know that. I need to learn how to play the game. That's giving my first bits of tough love on this game, I guess. And the next will be, yeah, your building, civic center, clicking on it, selection ring, color of your check. Well, what I actually like to know first is a sign. Very concise, very big summary of a little bit of info, if you will. Just like, hey, this is your civic center and you can train stuff right there. Got it on auto select, I guess. This is your civic center and you can train your workers in here. Yes, it does much more than that, but as a beginner, that's all I need to know. This is used to train my workers. Okay, and I will be honest, I don't like having these units. I will just delete them, ruin the whole tutorial, and that's what I want to do. Okay, and I only want 50 wood as my starting resource for this tutorial, because of course, first message is, this is your civic center and you can train workers. Let's try and train a woman. Okay, that's all I need to know for my first tutorial. And by the time she comes out, where you can see that I'm not even interested in reading these things, double click or blah, 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 follow the instructions, blah blah blah. I don't even need to know the left or right mouse. That's the part of, you don't have to spoon feed me everything. Yeah, you're going to spoon feed me anyway, but this is just not necessary for me. Okay, so the first woman comes out and the first message should say is, hey, this is your woman. She can build stuff and she can gather resources, but she is best when gathering vegetation. That means she works best gathering fruit or wheat from the farm fields. Okay, so let's just use her to get another woman, meaning we will have to use her to gather food. Now, assign her to these berry bushes or something. See that? I believe that is a very good start on a tutorial. Gather enough food to get another woman, and maybe 50 food is not much, but I think maybe 90, just so you can gather even enough food, or maybe wait a little longer, or maybe 80, so that she can gather twice, and then by the time she's got there, now let's train another woman and let's make her chop some wood, maybe. Yeah, and the tutorial also includes this auto assign. You can learn that anytime you want. But what you need to know is something about gathering wood and gathering food. Okay. Next, the tutorials should actually maybe one citizen soldier at a time, or maybe this is where you can make him pick a soldier. Well, by the context here, it's better to do this. Lose the stone, only a hoplite, and train a hoplite. Okay, you can train your second worker, or third, or whatever. And my comments on the first soldier-like unit. So once he pops out, auto selects the trigger, and then hey, he can build more, and he is best at gathering stone and metal, right? Or even better at chopping wood. He can also chop wood. And this is one good way of introducing the citizen soldier. Very nice animations, by the way, because many people actually think that this is a soldier only, and which is a given, because that's a spear, that's a shield. On what grounds would you think that this is an economic unit, right? Right? Of course not, you won't think so, because you are focusing on the wrong word. The word, yes, it's citizen soldier, right? Many are focusing on the word soldier when they're supposed to be focusing on the word citizen, because you know, it's a citizen, it's a villager. It's not a soldier that can gather, it's a villager that can fight. That's the dictionary. It may be functionally the same, but it will sound different once you actually got it. Okay, so we have introduced ourselves to a citizen soldier who can build more and can gather stone and metal faster. Maybe you can assign him to build a house or something. And the more builders, I don't know, maybe you can actually assign, let's train 3 so we can build a house faster or something like that. And then we will introduce you to the, what's this? Yeah, the cavalryman. After being introduced to the cavalryman, hey, this is your horseman. He's either your scout or your hunter. He can only hunt animals, right? It's another citizen soldier. It can't build, but it can't gather no other resources, but it is best for hunting food, if not for scouting. Okay, so I believe this is a better start for the tutorial. Concise definitions, concise functions, and not very long scripts like this. Of course, when I started looking at this tutorial, I am trying to scrutinize it a bit, and there were even times that I got so more ahead than the tutorial, or even tried to follow the tutorial. It's just not. It's buggy. It's very buggy. Understandable, because it's the first time you had a interactive tutorial for 0 AD, and just look at this. Of course, if you're using a widescreen, almost no problem to, but just when you compare that to my screen, the tutorial box itself is covering so much, I can barely see anything what's going on, even if I know what's going on. So by the time this is going to, maybe 1 tree, yes, 1 tree is actually enough. And then you will be, the tutorial then, let's gather from another tree, right? You will gather from this farther tree, and then this guy will come in. Seems far away, right? Why not build a storehouse near to that tree for our workers to gather one? Build a storehouse near that tree first, right? The tutorial will work great, right? Like that, right? this is a store, and it begins to define it. This is a storehouse. It can be used as a drop site other than your civic center, so that if ever you need a more efficient food source, or drop site for your resources, this is your go-to. Of course, you can do more than that, but this is not for me to know yet. What I need to know is for efficiency, and also the farms that can also do the same, which is being covered with the tutorial. Yes, they are being covered with the tutorial. The only problem, again, is that the scripts are just too long. Okay, and besides, the scout is going out. Also, the shift batch training covered by the tutorial. Functions of the house, I don't think so yet. I haven't gotten that far yet, but this, I believe, is just the basics that should be covered when it comes to resource gathering. Okay, so that's the first of my criticisms on this tutorial, and maybe more to come. We'll just see you guys next time.